We've talked a little bit in previous videos about self-love, but something really amazing happened a few weeks ago. I was teaching about self-love for the last 3 weeks, actually. And then after we did 1 week, I asked them to apply the practice of self-love and just notice what happens. And then the next week I asked them, tell me how that week was different. So I want to tell you what they said, because it was amazing. Even to me, who's taught this, I was amazed how beneficial it was. What happened was, devotees were listing problems that they were overcoming through self-care, self-compassion, self-love, that I had no idea self-love would help them conquer. So many things. It was just a long, long list of problems. I never actually realized how powerful self-love is. So that's why I'm sharing this with you, because probably most of us don't really realize or even pay attention that much to self-care, self-love, self-compassion. We don't maybe think it's that important or important at all, or we think it's selfish. Devotees were saying japa was better. Why? Because when you care about yourself, you do things better. Sadhana is better. Relationships are better. When you care more about yourself, you care about others. When you care more about yourself, you care about sadhana. Service was better. Spreading Krishna consciousness was better. Various personal problems were overcome because as you care about yourself, you're more willing to make the effort to improve yourself, whereas previously maybe you didn't do it because it was out of your comfort zone, it was too difficult, maybe you just didn't care enough. Now, when you care more about yourself, you care enough to do something, even if it's difficult, even if it's out of your comfort zone, because you care for your spiritual life. And I think maybe the biggest one general category was that everyone felt that Prabhupada cared for their spiritual life completely, that he has come to pick us all up and get us back to Godhead. So he cares about our spiritual life even more than we do. But it shouldn't be that way. It should be that because he cares that we go back to Godhead, we should care that he cares, and therefore we should be successful in our spiritual life because that's what he wants, and that will please him. And if he cares about us and we don't care about ourselves, that's a problem. So some of us naturally don't care about ourselves that much for various reasons. But Prabhupada cares about us. So service to Prabhupada should at least be to care about ourselves as much as Prabhupada cares about us. Prabhupada once said, I'm your ever well-wisher, which means whatever you do, wherever you go, whatever happens, I am always there to help you. So if Prabhupada is our ever well-wisher, shouldn't we be our own ever well-wisher? I think so. And if we can be our ever well-wisher as Prabhupada is our ever well-wisher, that is going to make a significant difference in our spiritual life, because we're going to do things, we're going to be able to do things which maybe are a little austere, a little difficult, because we care enough about ourselves to do it. So I think you can start to understand the power of self-care, the power of self-compassion. It's amazing. It will push you. Sometimes just it's that little push that you need to push you on the other side of the fence of reluctance, of lethargy, of that feeling like, who cares, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll come back in another life. It's too hard. Self-care can push you over that. It can make a huge difference. So how do you care for yourself? As Prabhupada cared for you. I don't like using the word self-love. I mean, I actually like using it, but I don't like it because sometimes devotees misunderstand and they say, well, it's not really a word we use. But if you love yourself, you will help yourself become Krishna conscious. Just as if you love anybody, you would help them become Krishna conscious. If you love your children, you'll help them. If you love your friend, you would help them. If you love, as Prabhupada said, your countrymen, you will give them Krishna consciousness. So if you love yourself, you will give yourself Krishna consciousness. It's actually simple common sense. You will do all the things that you would ask others to do that would be helpful for them. Think about this, meditate on it, and the more you engage in acts which are beneficial, the more you strengthen that self-love muscle, the easier it is to face the difficulties that you go through in your spiritual life, because that compassion, that self-love will push you to keep going and not give up. Hare Krishna.